Hi everyone and welcome along. The summer brings out some of the best insects and dragonflies, and I want to paint a really lovely loose watercolour line and wash dragonfly. So grab your paints and pens and let's get started. It's nice to do line and wash every now and then and focus on drawing and scribbling rather than always doing sort of precise watercolour things. So what I'm going to do is I'm just getting a sort of cross shape on my page to give me a rough sense of how I'm going to draw the dragonfly. So at that cross section I'm going to draw sort of two kind of bulbous shapes to create the thorax and the abdomen, and then I'm just going to extend it down and then from there a wing is going to come sort of down just below and kind of hover up a little bit. If you wanted, you could always use the measurement sort of on those lines if you wanted, but I find what I sort of like about doing these kinds of paintings or drawings is that slightly wobbly quality you get to them, and using your eye to get the proportions right. Okay, so that is our rough shape, and then we want the head to sort of overlap a little bit from the thorax and some antennae. Okay, but now I'm going to leave the pencil behind and I'm going to move over to my pens. So I've got these Winsor & Newton fine line pens, and these are colour fast, so it means that you can draw something and then paint on top of it, and your pens will stay intact. So what I'm going to do is, this isn't going to be a sort of breed specific dragonfly, but what I'm doing is I'm using the pens to create a lovely sort of scratchy detail onto the dragonfly. So the pencil line is very handy to have from the start, and then I'm going to use it to scribble, and then also just to add in little bits of shading. You can see it's literally just a series of scribbles is what I'm doing. But I've sort of chosen one side to be the side where the shadow is going to hit. And then for the wings, I'm going to begin with an outline This is the 0.3 thickness nib. There are thicker and thinner ones, but this always seems to be the one I come back to. Now, I'm not really following anything in particular for the wing veins. I'm just sort of making it up as I go along. But essentially, they're like tree branches and once you've drawn in one, just sort of make an effort to sort of aim to match them up, but as you can see there, it doesn't really matter in this kind of scribbly kind of style. And then you do get these interesting sort of solid marks on the wings. The more sort of wobbly and sort of jaggedy you are sometimes, the better. That feels like a nice amount of detail. Of course, dragonflies do have those really, really fine sort of gauze textures on the wings. So if you wanted, you could always do a little cross-hatching. So cross-hatching is what it sounds like. So it's when you've done lines one way and then you do them the other way as well. But this pen is lovely and thin. I wouldn't want to do this in any thicker. This is the thinnest one in the set, 0.1. If you want to get your hands on some, I've put the link in the episode notes below. That is always where the details for everything is. Okay, so I'm just going to get this finished up and then I'm going to rub out the pencil as well, and we can do a little bit of wash for our line drawing. Right, so colours, I think cobalt turquoise will be fantastic. So for line and wash painting, we're going to paint washes, and therefore we need to make sure we've got them nicely diluted and ready mixed in the palette. And I think I'll also get some other turquoise here. This is a Windsor blue, this turquoise. And then I've been rather enjoying using Opera Rose recently. It's a colour that I've not used much at all, but it's rather reminiscent of Barbie pink. And I'm very excited about the Barbie movie coming out, so I'm going to use that. Okay. So I'm going to begin with my lighter colour first. It's strange to sort of say lighter. It just feels like the pink is going to be a bit more gentle than the bluer tones. So I've got a size 6 brush. The larger the better. And I am going to very loosely paint in colour onto my dragonfly. And you can see I'm very much not concerned about painting within the lines, but what I have done just there is add a more concentrated dab of colour to my washes, and that allows me to just get a nice variation there. Now I'm going to take my cobalt turquoise, and it's really important to be as quick and minimal with the brush as possible when you start to create washes, because you don't want these colours to go dull. So I'm going to begin by sending some down, and now I'm going to drop in some there and here, and finally going to drop in a little down there and a little there, but I don't want to do too much of that colour because it's strong. And then I'm going to go back to my pink And I'm just going to splatter a little bit over my dragonfly and finish off the piece like that. So as it dries, the colours will lighten and we'll get a really nice finish. But actually what I might do is I might just fill that in like that, yeah, to make it just a little less harsh. But there we have a lovely line and wash dragonfly, and it just goes to show that anything goes with art. It's just about expressing yourself, really. So just have fun with it, and yeah, dragonflies are a lovely one to do, because when you're painting butterflies you feel the pressure to maybe have loads of different colours and patterns going on in the wings, but actually for me a dragonfly is just, it's a little bit easier, a little bit simpler, but still just as stunning. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that one. I want to say a huge thank you to our patrons for their support, because that support enables us to keep creating videos like these that everyone can enjoy. And if you enjoyed it, then hit the like button and comment below to let me know how you got on with that one. And of course, if you never want to miss another video, then hit the subscribe button and the little notification bell, and we will see you again next time. Bye!